All right, here we are with Steve Marshall at the Broadway Comedy Club. He performs his act about not behaving on a regular basis. So, Steve, why don't you tell us a little bit more about that, what your act is about?
My act is trying to help people and encourage people to not behave the way they're told to behave, but to find, like in all of us, find out who you really are. Because I know I behaved most of my life. I grew up Jewish in Brooklyn, New York, and I got a degree in accounting, and I did that to please my parents, and then I just didn't want to do it. I was watching Oprah, and Oprah said, "Do what you love, and the money will come." I'd like to strangle Oprah. Let me just say that not always doing what you love is going to bring you money, but it's brought me the reward that every night I can go to sleep and know that I'm being myself. And around 1994, I got divorced, and I went on stage and I started telling the truth about the pain of that divorce. Everybody used to laugh because I said it was the worst month of my life, and they were like, "Oh, it only hurt for a month." So, and I went on stage and started talking more graphically and frankly about things like having sex and ethnicity and you know, just being more honest about things. And it used to piss a lot of people off. Okay, I used the N-word once in 1995 during my one-man show. Nobody told me, and we had about a 20-minute rebuttal from the audience. And then after it, everybody loved me. But you know, so I sort of pioneered this style of being very frank on stage about things, and you know, whatever. I do about 350 shows a year, and I hope that I can encourage people to understand that there is no right path in life, and the only path in life is somewhat within you. As I said, I got a degree in accounting. My parents were Jewish. They made me worry about money. They did. My parents used to withhold taxes.
Because that's not a stereotype or anything.
No. Listen, folks, trust me, no stereotypes are true. I'm Jewish. I have allergies. I have a degree in accounting. I'm a nervous wreck. But no, I've been to therapy. No, but stereotypes are not true. Chinese people, you can see them using utensils all the time. All right?
Oh, my God.
And then I got lucky. I started to... the guy who owns the Broadway Comedy Club, when nobody would put me on, was a comedian, and nobody would put him on. And he got a little club called New York Comedy Club, and he said, "Marshall, go on stage, do what you want to do." And he supported me. And about 20 years later, I just got back from doing Vegas, and I headline clubs around the country, and I do about 350 shows a year. Yeah, and I got to direct a movie called Get the Script to Woody Allen, which was about how people think they're going to make one obsessive gesture and their life is going to change. Like getting a script to Woody Allen is going to get you girls, or being a comedian is going to get you girls. Let me tell you what being a comedian is going to get you. Bills.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. That's no good.
But I'm happy to say I went to my psychiatrist and I found out the good news is I'm not depressed, I'm broke. So they said it's a happy ending.
Those two don't go hand in hand, right?
I don't know, guys. You know what? Just the whole thing is when I first started doing comedy, when I scored and I did well, I would be so high, and then the next day I would bomb and I would crash because I was like at the penthouse and then I was in the basement. Now my highs are less high and my lows are less low, and I think things are better that way.
That's good. So, all right, as a native New Yorker, you must have a lot of, I don't know, stuff around town that maybe you know about that no one else does. Do you have any curious finds here?
Let me tell you something about New York City. The best thing to do when you come to New York City is go to some place like the Broadway Comedy Club and then walk around the neighborhood. I was coming here today and I saw a place that I never saw, which is now my new curious find. It's on 52nd, right off of 8th, and it's a shoe store that has like 50 headshots. They must be 40 years old of all the stars that have had their shoes done. I mean, like you have Al Pacino, you have like Yul Brynner.
Yul Brynner, oh my God.
The King and I.
Yeah, is his shirt off in the photo? Because I don't think Yul Brynner wears shirts.
I can't even believe you remember Yul Brynner. Anybody ever remember that? You know, why don't I just go back to Charlton Heston? But, for you kids that are watching, we have Lindsay Lohan. No, they're not. Hey, Lindsay Lohan did Hard Time, 9 days without bottled water. Now, so I think that's New York City. You walk around and you just, another curious place to go is go to the hot dog stand and have a hot dog when you're here. How about this? Walk around. These are great, curious places. See the cheapest place to get the I Love New York t-shirts. Because it's just, they're everywhere. It's like you see 6 for $10, then the next block they're 8 for $10. I think if you go up to Harlem, they'll pay you $10 to take it. I don't know. But New York, everywhere is a curious place. If you take the time to walk around and not always be indoors, get outside, talk to the people. And New Yorkers, I'm a real New Yorker. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and as I always say, it's not a dangerous place. It's a safe place. It's so safe when you get mugged, the mugger is going to walk you back to your car so you don't get mugged again.
Well, I don't know if that's entirely true, but it's a nice thought. Steve, thank you so much for talking to Scout Mob a little bit, and we'll look for you at the Broadway Comedy Club.
Thank you. Don't behave.